Alright, welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is still the press coming to you live from the Abuja studios of KAFTAN television. And now we've been joined by a guest who's a public affairs analyst. His name is Habib Gajo. And together we shall be taking a look at some of the headlines we read out to you earlier. And this is also a reminder that our phone lines are open for you to call and join the conversation. Thank you so much for joining us on the program.
Thank you for having me.
How are you doing this morning?
Thank God, alhamdulillah.
Alright, now let's quickly get into business of the day. And on the Punch this morning, this story is on new Naira redesign. I think today is Thursday, and since the beginning of this week we've been talking about this issue of Naira redesign. But every day on the national dailies it takes a new turn, because this headline from the Punch this morning says Sokoto, Zamfara, Katsina border resident trade in Sefa, and it says without new Naira notes, traders insist on Sefa. How do you react to this?
Honestly, it's pathetic to hear that local currency is being downgraded and foreign currency is being traded in our section of our market down the north, who are bordering with foreign countries. Honestly, is disheartening. But the situation is also the situation on ground is not being helping matters when it comes to the Naira, because people go to banks, they don't have the new note. They will go to ATM, there is no new note. POS, there is no new note. You see people queuing, fighting. Some will go, some will sleep there. There was one POS man that told me that he was in the bank for till from 4 a.m. and he couldn't get much. So all these things contribute to that situation. And you know, in business, you can't stop trading, you can't stop buying and selling. So people will resort to alternative. There is some places that some states that are not bordering other countries are trading by barter. We have seen that. So honestly, the government and the central bank need to step up and make this cash available. The sad part of it is even transfer is not even going. You want to transfer a network, either it declines or it hangs. So it's a major problem. If government did not tackle it, it's going to be a catastrophic.
Okay, at the same time, even though we want the government to tackle it, we still have to probably prefer solutions. If they have to tackle this, how do they go about it? Because we know that it's constitutional to change your currency at some point, but are we really ready for it at this time? Though we have other climes, because people will often make reference to other climes and say they often change currencies and then nothing happens, and we're probably still dragging our own people. But if you like you mentioned, internet is having issues. Even to get cash is a problem. The ATM points, people are always fighting. I think most of our headlines have pictures of all of that. At this point, is this the right time to do this? That's the first question. Then the second question is, what can they do to bring an end to this or to soften it, if that's the best way to put it?
Yeah, you see, changing currency is normal. It's within the law.
Yes. And
the CBN Act empowers the CBN governor to change money or to design the currency. But the problem we are having is the limit and the timeline. That's where the problem is. The availability is low. The availability of the new Naira and the timeline and the withdrawal limit and the charges that follows it. Nobody want to lose. Your own hard-earned money. You save it or you put in your bank and you cannot access it. It's a problem. You want to buy. It's a problem. You want to buy fuel. You went to filling station. They put their POS in their offices, and you buy the fuel, they will say they will not collect old naira. Then you have to, they will not collect transfer. You have to go to POS, and he will charge you 200, 500, or 300 to withdraw your own money. So it's just like adding.
Oh wait, I'm trying to get this story correctly.
Yes.
Now the bank, the fueling stations are not holding the POS again. Now they leave it in the office. Then when you want to use the POS, you withdraw at the POS regular charges. Instead of just paying with your card.
Yes. So you see extra money, and they charge higher. Before, if you want to withdraw, they charge you 100 naira. Now they charge 500 naira. If you want to withdraw 10,000, they charge you 500 naira.
I think maybe that's where you're withdrawing from, because where I went to make withdrawal, they were charging me for 8,000 naira for 10,000 naira. That means 100 naira per every 1,000 naira that you're withdrawing. That's to show you. That
was before the redesigning of the naira. Before the
no. I'm saying she said 100 naira. 10,000 naira is 1,000 naira. No, now you're saying 500 naira. So I think yours is better, because you said it's at a higher charge. So she's trying to let you know that hers is higher than how much you did.
Yeah.
You
so
withdrew yours.
It depends on where you went. So that's how it is. And if you want new naira, there is people that have the small ones, and they are selling it. So they are trading with our money. So it's another problem entirely. So the CBN need to, like you rightly mentioned, do we need the timing is a problem. Nobody has issue with redesigning of naira, but we have issue with the withdrawal limit and the timeline, the expiring date. It has expired 31st of January. They added 10 days. Now 10 days will soon expire. It will expire this week, and still people don't have money. Yesterday, everywhere, that all the POS are no longer doing the business again, or they are in somewhere trying to get the cash. If you go to the market, I wanted to even to transfer. But the woman told me, no, I don't collect transfer, because even if you transfer for me, I will not be able to cash it. I don't want money to go into my account. So you see, it's a problem. So I want to CBN to review their policy on the time limit and the deadline and the withdrawal limit.
Now you've been mentioning the CBN, but from all we have talked about so far, I will also want to mention that I've seen the Nigerians' effect on all of this. The policy is a great one. Everybody can attest to that.
Yes.
The CBN has rolled out this new Naira note in large sums. We even know that they have about 30,000 swap agents across the country, which means they are working seriously hard to see that Nigerians get a hold of this new Naira note. But then there's the Nigerians effect, because yes, we know that getting this money is hard, especially for the POS operators, but is it really worth you charging 1,000 naira for 10,000 naira? That's why it's called the Nigerians effect. They always want to use every situation to make things for themselves. So that is one of it. Then the other one, you made mention of the filling stations also using that avenue also to make money for themselves. That's the Nigerian effect. The CBN has no power over that. But then, times without number, we keep always calling the government this, government that. But this is not a government situation. The government have tried their best in this particular regards. And I mentioned something just before we came back on air. I said lots of people just want to have this money. They really don't need the amount of money that they go to the banks or to the POS to withdraw. Let's say I go to the bank and I withdraw 30,000 naira or 50,000 naira of the new Naira note, which I know I do not need immediately. I just want to have it for the future or for whenever. I just want to have it. I have cash. You won't go to the market and spend 50,000 naira in cash. You should have done a transfer. That's a huge sum of money.
Yes.
But then, because some people are taking more than they need, I think that's one of the reasons why some other people are not even seeing it. So that's why I said we have some Nigeria effect actually affecting this policy, and we can't always blame the CBN for this.
Yeah, you see, you talk about the primary and the secondary aspect of it.
Okay.
Now, first of all, let me remind you, before the redesigning of Naira, the availability of Naira and the transfer and the point of sales are smooth, are very, is moving faster. You can go to ATM and withdraw 2,000 Naira, or you go to POS and take 1,000 Naira to pay your bills. You understand? You don't need that. But now that there is a scarcity, who created the scarcity? It's the CBN. You understand? And the banks, the commercial banks. We don't know. CBN is accusing the commercial banks are accusing the CBN. No, you didn't give us, or we have it, you did not come and take it. So who is who?
Okay.
You know, this kind of blame game. And the CBN need to know that before you put all this time limit and you need to have a platform for that. But like you rightly mentioned, the swap agent. You don't need swap agent when there is availability. The scarcity is the problem. The scarcity is the issue.
But then it will just be available because it's a new policy.
Let me give you example. If, for example, in filling stations, if there is a scarcity of fuel, definitely a black marketers will take advantage. You understand? That's sabotaging it. But who is sabotaging it? Because it's the scarcity of it. At times you will hear that Ipman said, no, they didn't give us fuel, we don't have fuel, the ships are not here, or this kind of stories.
Because now if it's that scarce, how come the black marketers have it always available?
And I will come to that.
Okay.
At the end of the day, because there was a time when this scarcity hit so hard that everywhere there is no filling station. I think last year, when the National Assembly called the NNPC and IPMAN and the independent and marketers, in a public hearing, IPMAN said NNPC did not supply them. NNPC said they have it. From nowhere, the fuel came out. So definitely somebody sabotaged and created that scarcity. And is the agency of government. Now, there is another thing again. Anytime you have scarcity, government will start blaming Nigerians, will start blaming people that it's a Nigerian factor or this and that, who is sabotaging who. At the end of the day, you will now find out is within.
Okay, because you said within, the question I want to ask is, do you think this is an evaluation problem? Because the CBN is saying, I have done what I was supposed to do. Okay, according to them, they even had to send most of their agents to places where banks do not exist. Most of those remote areas where people don't even bank, so that they can do swap with them. Those old currencies, they can actually get to exchange them. So is it that most of the agents that have been sent out have gone to keep the money elsewhere so they can do other business transactions with it? And you know, most of our policies, when we implement them, we do not always seem to, you know, do proper monitoring. Then aside that, how long do you think this hardship is going to linger for?
To only God knows how it will linger to that angle. But you see, the swap and you see what CBN need to do is to release this money. Let it be available. You don't need
as
swap.
It used to be.
As it used to be.
But that's what the CBN is trying to curtail. They are trying to reduce the amount of money
in circulation.
Let me tell you, when there is fuel scarcity, during the Christmas and New Year season, we saw where DSS stormed filling station and depots and farm tanks, and from nowhere fuel became available. You understand?
Yeah.
Now, in this CBN issue, the DSS and other security agencies, anti-corruption agencies and so on were sent to banks to monitor, but still there is no availability. It even got worse then. I think there is a desperate move to tighten the availability of the new Naira because of this 10 days extension. Because they extended it, but it got worse.
All right, we have a caller. Let's take this call, then we continue our conversation. Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us on the press.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on the press. Please go ahead and make your contributions.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Hello.
Good morning, I'm calling from State.
All right, thank you so much for calling in. Please go ahead and make your contributions. Hello. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning, we can hear you. Please go ahead and make your contributions.
Hello, good morning. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Please turn down the volume of your TV set and go ahead and make your contributions.
Sorry, I'm calling from Kazakhstan too, anyway. You see, concerning this new Naira note.
Please turn down the volume of your TV set so we can hear you better.
It's been turned down. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Alright, concerning the new Naira note, please. You see, the government knows what they are doing. Let me put it that way first, because even in an advanced country, in abroad, if at all you need to change a note, you give 6 months to a kind of take off all the old notes out of the ground. You understand? Let's put that aside. You said a new note should be, put outside, let people, get access to it and bring on the whole note. But when you get to it here, now you can't even take more than 5,000 naira from ATM in my own area here. Aside of that, at least when you are doing such a thing, give all the banks power to be able to kind of get access to the new note. Whenever, then you at the same time you need to work with the network provider in the country, because sometimes when you get into the banking or to deposit the whole note, it takes you all day because they will tell you there's no network. Where there is no network, where you're supposed to even attend to about maybe 50 customers in a day, and you're attending to only 15 customers a day because of down network, how do you want to get rid of all those things within 2-3 months? It's not possible.
Yeah.
So when we have a good network, if we have a good network, sometimes network that is not fluctuating, all these things should be done within even 3 months, they said. Let's work with the network provider first. Let them have network, even for it to transfer and all those things. It becomes difficult.
All right, thank
So
you.
they know what they are doing. The extension given by the what we call the CBN is still okay, but at the same time, I wouldn't buy it ideas. I wanted to say that shouldn't have been given.
All right, thank you so much for your contributions.
Thank you.
Hello, good morning. Oh, we lost that call. Now, you heard what a lot of people have been dragged into this particular situation.
Yes.
We have the CBN, the commercial banks, service providers, average Nigerians. I think everybody has a fault in this. And you were saying something about the swap agents before the caller came in.
Yes, you see, the swap agents, I think they created them for rural areas, those who have the old note and don't have access to the bank. So they created centers where you can go and give, they will replace your money. You understand? That helps the rural people. You understand? And which is a very good move. But when you come down to where the major markets are, that's where the problem is. You need to transfer money to get access to goods and services, and you cannot, the network will hang, or it will decline, or your money will not be debited, or the other one will not be credited, or it will show you that you have been debited and then this one has not been debited, and you will not access that your goods and services for that day. It's a problem. You have to go to your bank and lodge complaints and so on and so forth. So it's another issue. But there is one good move that the CBN does that I really commend them on that. That domestic card, it is going to help after the deadline. It is going to help the domestic market to improve, because you are going to use that card anywhere. You don't need ATM. You just need that domestic card. You can buy anything. You can buy goods and services. You can do anything with it. You understand?
Yeah.
You can transfer. You can everything within Nigeria, within Naira. That one is being solved. We are now moved from Visa, MasterCard and other platforms that charge us a lot of money, more especially in foreign exchange. You understand? So it will save Nigeria some money, and also it will create an independent commercial financial Nigeria will be commercially independent, financially independent, like India, like Russia, like other countries. Because when you move out of those SWIFT and the SWIFT code, then you are more independent, and that will reduce. It will manage and curtail the foreign exchange, and Naira will redeem its fit. That's a good move. I commend the CBN governor on that. But when you come to this new Naira, the timing is wrong, and many politicians are taking advantage of it, campaigning on it, and so on and so forth. Why we don't need timeline? Let me give you an example. Obasanjo printed a new 100 Naira note and 200 Naira note, but Awolowo's picture was replaced. There is one with small cap and the one with long cap. All of them are in the market. Nobody knows. Nobody noticed. When you have 100 Naira note, just compare, look, you will see 2004, there is one with they write 100 Naira in Arabic. There is one that is no that Arabic written, but it's still in the market. Nobody noticed. Nobody cares. Nobody said, no, I don't collect this type of 100 Naira. I collect this type of 100 Naira. Nobody noticed. So these are the issues we are saying. You need to you create a platform where availability is.
Okay, because now I'm going to have to talk about too much availability, because that's what the CBN is also trying to curtail, because to reduce the amount of Naira in flow. Because yes, we're talking about non-availability, but then there was a video trending on social media a few days ago where people went to a wedding and they were spraying the new Naira in bulk, not just single. They were throwing the money in bundles. And when you take a look at this video, you are wondering, we claim that this new Naira is not available. How do these people get to have this amount of money in circulation. So it still doesn't balance. And I don't think from where I'm sitting right now, the CBN doesn't have a fault in my eye, because they have nothing to do with this. So let's blame the commercial banks and the Nigerians. Now, an average Nigerian, and this transaction did not happen in the bank, just like Ms. Evelyn said yesterday. It's a situation of, oh, thank you very much, sir, I will talk to you later. That's what went on here. So, and that is still the Nigerian effect. It's not the CBN, it's between Nigerians doing their Nigerian thing.
I have talked about it. I said we saw Nigerians buying Naira.
Okay.
Trading with Naira. You understand?
Yeah.
They bought this money. They didn't access this money through regular means. Like you said, I will call you back, or wait for my call, or you meet me in so place, or come and take it.
Yeah.
That's what is happening.
All right,
and it's because of the scarcity.
We have a caller on the line. Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us on the press.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing this morning? Please, yes, please go ahead and make a contribution.
You see, this new Naira note of 18, it's just because many times I say we cannot just get it right in democracy. Many people might be doubting, saying they will get it right, this and that. Now, look at that video you people are just showing. Somebody is throwing out bonds, whether it's in a marriage or birthday, I don't know. If it were in the Western world, like the central bank, the money they release to every bank, it has an amount. And moreover, the more they are dispensing that money to account, the regulatory system of the government will be seeing it. All the disbursement of that new money, they will be seeing it. They are not ready. Nigeria is not ready. Somebody will be sitting there and the whole money that will be dispersed from the central bank to a particular bank will just go straight to one person. And you think it will, yesterday I was in the bank. They say even if you have 10 million, it's not their business. But the money they give child to people to withdraw is just 5,000. What if somebody is in the hospital and he has million in his account? And moreover, now in many hospitals in our place, if you are admitted that they say you should deposit 100,000 or 50,000 and don't have it, you are on your own. You will die. Money will be there for other people to inherit. So we are not getting everything right. This government is going nowhere, taking us to nowhere. And our candidates that are coming out, they are not making any headway. If I say this person is saying the right thing and they say I'm very supportive because of this candidate is my own. No. I told you earlier on, was it last month, that I don't normally believe in manifesto because every politician is a liar. Everything about politics is lying. But notwithstanding, if you look and you hear the manifesto of Obi, it makes sense. Even a child born today, as long as that child can understand what he's saying. Let's just be sincere to each other now. If this issue, if we didn't get it right this time, I prayed, because there are so many prophecies that have been coming down for so many years back, that they are not seeing Nigeria being together 2030. And it starts from now, please.
All right, thank you so much.
Let's forget about our pride or our tone or whatsoever and get things done.
All right, thank you so much for your contributions.
So be supported there.
All right, we have another call on the line. Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us on the press.
Hello, good morning. I'm calling from Dr. Yemi.
Thank you, Mr. Yemi, for joining us on the program. Please turn down the volume of your TV set.
Yeah, what we talking about this new currency, the new currency? Hello?
Please turn down the volume of your TV set so we can hear you better.
Hello?
Please go ahead and make a contribution.
Because when even went to bank with this money to collect, the one that the transaction we do, even the support is not good.
I think he's still listening to himself with his television.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for
How are you?
Very well, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us on the press.
Thank you. I am calling from Auchi this week.
Thank you so much for joining us on the program.
I want to contribute to this year program.
Okay, please go ahead.
Okay. I want to say that what they are discussing, what is being discussed in this KAFTAN television now. What I know about it is that some of the blame that is being given to CBN is not actually CBN problem. The problem of all these banks that are distributing the naira. With CBN assurance and saying they have told that they have distributed enough money that is supposed to reach Nigerians. But the CEOs of all these banks and the managers and those who run the bank have already packaged this money and give to politicians, because the politicians are the ones that that own the money that they are using to run all these banks. As we are speaking, as of now, some of these pictures, they have enough of this new naira note to use in the activities and in their political ambition and all that.
Yeah.
They have them because they have gone to the bank, maybe through their connection or because of their own much money, much money that the bank is using to run their business. They have come out of maybe more than half or half of this money to themselves. And then now what is left for the public is now nothing to actually about to reach even people 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, and people are negotiating. So, but it surprised me that, like now, what they are showing in this television right now about somebody spraying this new naira, and the government not saying, PSCC, I don't know there, the central bank can't accept this thing, and they get these people arrested and ask them how money they get this money that they are spraying in the public as if the money is already paper. So the Nigerian, I mean, the Nigerian government are not sitting up to check the laws they make, because that act alone can send somebody to jail. By saying, there's money in the public anyhow. Even now that Nigerians are suffering to get even the other day I was in the bank. That soldiers they are doing also pay in the bank, in the banking hall. Nigerian, the time Nigerian soldiers, they are shouting also pay in different banks so that they should be given their money, because all they come from proper place, and the bank is telling them there's no money, there is no money, there is no money, and go to a visa and they spend another to them.
Thank you.
If the government can arrest somebody and prosecute somebody, I tell you, others.
All right, thank you so much for your contributions.
I mean, everybody is doing over the night. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Okay, so moving on. There are also other statements in relation to this scarcity, both fuel and funds, like El-Rufai, governor of Kaduna State, saying that elements in government are working against their presidential candidates. And I think the First Lady has also come out to, concur, to say it is indeed true that there are elements in the villa that are actually working against the presidential candidates of the APC. But we have Minister of Information come out to say, no, that's not true. So what's your take on all of this?
Yeah, you see, APC is a party that formed government in denial. They came through
government in denial.
Yes.
Maybe you need to explain that a little more before you proceed.
You see, this is a party that campaigns 2013-14 accusing the PDP of mismanagement and so on and so forth. You understand? And they wasted 4 years blaming PDP of 16 years. That's denial. They refuse to do anything. They refuse to move forward. They refuse to work. They refuse. Every issue, every problem, they will not tackle it. They will now dump it on the head of PDP. That is PDP that created it for 16 years. Now, they have got a second term, and now the reality has started to come out. So you will see APC opposing APC government. We have seen a presidential candidate saying that he is being sabotaged. Who sabotaged him? He said they. He categorized it with we and them. So who are them? The president is the petroleum minister, and he's the commander-in-chief. Who are you accusing on sabotaging on fuel scarcity? It's the president and the government. The CBN is under the presidency.
Okay.
And the redesign of Naira is the president that approved it. You understand? So they now saw that also as sabotaging them. So now they start attacking the government and saying the government is sabotaging their candidate so that he will not win and so on and so forth. But that's APC is an amalgamation of people with people that don't have political ideology. They don't have anything. They did not come on a mission and agenda of what are they going to do to Nigeria. We saw them protesting in 2000 and I think 2012, 2013 on subsidy, occupying Nigeria. They are the one that did it. You understand? They said even the subsidy is a fraud. Now the subsidy is a problem to them. While in the previous government, PDP government, it was 400 to 500. Highest it was 600 billion. But in APC government, it's 6 trillion. 6 trillion. You can't imagine that. You understand? So who are they blaming? Are they not part of the government when they are doing all these things? It's now that is their turn, so they want to say they are being.
But let's not also forget that a few days ago the president also made mention that no one government can fix Nigeria's problems. The president said that.
Yes, you see, the government is a continuous process. You understand?
Of course.
When he finished, somebody will take over, will look at his good work and continue with it. The bad ones, you will left it there and move on. So that's how it is. You understand? So let him do his own best and leave the rest for the one who will succeed him. That's how it's supposed to be.
Because he said that he has built on the foundation of the previous government, and he's going to leave a government where other people will come in and build on the foundation that he has laid, and that's how the government continues.
He didn't continue from where the previous government stopped, because during previous government there was no hunger, there was no
are those the ones you categorize as bad works?
What is the legacy of President Muhammadu Buhari? Today, if Muhammadu Buhari hand over, what is his legacy? Even him, if you ask him what is his legacy, that is why he is saying that nobody can fix Nigeria, and he blames terrorism on foreign.
He tried in regards to infrastructure, because we've seen him inaugurate lots and lots of infrastructural work.
And you probably
that is not his work.
No, you also probably be talking about the fair elections.
It's a government. It's a state government work. He went and inaugurate. Most of them, even Canada, he went.
Still in the President Muhammadu Buhari's government.
No, it's within the years of President Muhammadu Buhari government. But it wasn't. You see, governors do their own work. Federal government does their own. For example, now the second Niger bridge. People give it to Buhari, but it was funded by Abacha Lut. From Kano to...
But somebody made it happen. Somebody did the work. Because it's possible to have the funds and not do it.
That's the continuous process of the government. But well, you understand, that is why I said, if he finish, what is his legacy? He has no legacy. We had Rufai on Channels Television.
What about the electoral law?
The electoral bill. Goodluck started it and he signed it. Fantastic. You understand?
But he did it eventually, so you could give that to him as a record.
Yes, but if you notice, from Abel Gubadia to Maurice Iwu, from Abel Gubadia, it was a paper voters card. When Maurice Iwu came, he made it a laminated ID card. And when Jega came, he made it a card. You understand? And when, and what they call it, what the name of the machine that Jega brought?
Vivas.
Not Vivas. He introduced another accreditation and voting. Card reader.
Okay, yeah, card reader.
Card reader.
Vivas.
Now, Mahmoud now improve it to
Vivas.
With Vivas. So it's a continuous. But honestly, the Electoral Act that has been signed is good, is fantastic. It will help the internal democracy, because in this wave, because of the Electoral Act, we saw so many people that lost primaries could not move to other parties because there is no, the Electoral Act bars them from jumping to another party and get the ticket of
so
another party. So
you could give that to him.
That's a wonderful one.
Exactly.
Yeah, I give it to him. You understand? So and we saw so many legislators who even was shouting that Buhari refused to sign the Electoral Act. We signed the Electoral Act, and people who are protesting, they signed, and all of them lost out. Maybe they have not even read or somebody went and did it for them, or they copy and paste. They are shouting Mr. President to sign. And President was telling them, look, go and look at this very well before you say that I should sign. They start protesting and say that and at the end of the day they lost out. We had Rufai on the national television saying that the presidency is sabotaging or neglecting or doing all these things because to harm their presidential candidate or their party chances of winning the presidency. So who are the presidency? That's what we are going to ask Rufai. Who are the presidency?
You know, at some point, there was a demarcation between the presidency and the president. You have the president say something, and you have the presidency say another. So probably that's where he's drawing his, reference from.
You see, the president is the one that formed the government you call the presidency. Because it's his cabinet.
Absolutely, I agree.
You understand? Now, that one apart. On the issue of insecurity, he said the president has 4 months ago, he ordered the security agencies to go and clear those bandits and terrorists and gunmen. And Beningwari, Chukun and other part of Kaduna is now safe. Had it been the president took their advice 2 years ago or 3 years ago, the issue of these headsmen and bandits and kidnappers and gunmen will be a thing of the past. But you see, attacking your own government. But Rufai is one of the finest politicians who says his mind. There was on the first time of Buhari, he wrote a memo to Buhari, and Buhari refused to attend it, and they have to leak the memo before the Nigerians knows that Rufai has wrote of all those issues that is happening. So I commend Rufai for coming out to say that, but they are attacking their party. They are telling Nigerians that their party is incompetent to come back to power because they are the ones sabotaging. Look, let me make it very clear to Nigerians. The Emilio Konda is saying that he is being sabotaged by the government and El-Rufai and even the wife of the president that is saying El-Rufai said the truth, that everybody APC people, big wings and chieftains are saying that the presidency is sabotaging them. The presidency, they are telling Nigerians that the presidency is sabotaging Nigeria. Yes, they are sabotaging Nigeria and Nigerians. That's what it is in a clear term interpretation. Because if they are looking for themselves, they don't talk about us. They are talking for themselves. If you notice, they are saying them. You understand? So where are we Nigerians in this their fight? Where are Nigerians? When the lions, when the two lions are fighting, the grass suffer. So we are the ones suffering. So we are the ones that are being sabotaged. We are the ones that are feeling the heat of the scarcity of water, scarcity of fuel, insecurity, and ASU strikes, teacher strikes, doctor strikes, nurses strikes, and so on and so forth. Lack of good roads. It's we.
All right, let's take calls now. We'll continue our conversation. Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us on the press.
Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Okay.
Fine, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us on the press.
Okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
You know, like this issue you are discussing, the first statement he made was that how I wish I was getting younger when I was younger. And you see, it can also be very comfortable. You know.
Oh, we are losing you. We can hardly hear what you're saying. Please do call us
really
back. Your
terrible.
network seems really bad, and we're finding it difficult to hear you, so we had to let you go. Please do call us back so that you can make your contributions.
So that is why we Nigerians are saying that, look, these people has failed. These people are not worthy of coming back to power in 2023. We need a new government, a government that have ideas to solve these problems. You understand? We look at these candidates who are running around campaigning, saying their minds because their manifestos is also the same manifestos. Everybody went and hired a consultant to write it for you. They don't even have time to read it.
All right, we have another caller on the line. Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us on the press. Hello, good morning. Please go ahead and make your contribution.
I'm a new time caller calling from there.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for calling us on the program.
Okay.
Please go
What
ahead.
this APC government, will I say, they are fighting themselves at the moment. APC government are really fighting themselves at the moment. Why would they be accusing themselves of the government they've already spoiled? Now they are laying accusing fingers on themselves. El-Rufai of Kaduna State is blaming Aso Rock of what? That there are people fighting them. The Aso Rock, they are the ones that make up the Aso Rock. So they are the ones fighting themselves. What they have to do now is just, if they can patch what is spoiled before they hand over the government to the government who will take us to our promised land. So we will just pray that this election this year just goes well and God will give us the right government which will take us to the promised land.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Amen. Thank you so much for your contributions.
I like the sound of the promised land.
Yes, promised land, because we cannot go back to Egypt. Who wants to go?
But can we really get to the promised land in 4 years?
Yeah? No, we can if we have a good leadership.
But let's not also forget the statement of President Muhammadu Buhari. I want us to put this into consideration, because since we're talking about manifesto, he said that no one government can take Nigeria to the promised land. Let me put it that way.
You see, let me tell you, even advanced countries up to date with all the industrial revolution and so on and so forth, with the modernization and millennium development and so on, up to now they have not reached the promised land.
Exactly, because I feel
you understand. But let our living condition improve. You understand. For example, now the PDP 16 years has put on so many reforms, and we have so many improvement in most of the infrastructure. You understand. What we need, what APC need to do, is to upgrade the, or to continue, or to improve on what PDP has not done. But reverse is the case. They put us on they put the government on the reverse gear. We went back. We went back to strikes. We went back to scarcities. We went back to so many things. So we even access to basics need is now a difficult things. Now we don't have a middle class.
Did we really move back?
Yeah, because we don't have a middle class. Before we have a middle class, people afford so many things. With 1,000 naira, you can afford to feed your family. Now, a 5,000 naira cannot feed your family. A pot of soup is how much? If you put it that way, you understand. Before it was how much? That's what we are saying. A mudu of gari is how much? A mudu of rice is how much? How much is a bag of rice? How much is a bag of gari and corn and maize? So if you look at in that, what Buhari need to do is to improve.
All right, let's take this call and we continue our conversation. Please hold your thoughts. Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us on the press.
Good morning. How are you?
Very well, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm enjoying your program.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm hearing what these people are discussing now.
Okay, please make your contributions.
And that is the point that is invited. He's saying nothing but the truth. The situation that we find ourselves in the country, in fact, everybody is feeling it. Now, we the elder, we told you that the president that you are electing now, you people will survive because we experienced in 1984. You came out and said, no, it's only Buhari will save the country and make him as a messiah. So today, everybody will come out and say what is he experiencing in the time of suffering, in terms of kidnapping, in terms of killing, in terms of, you see, and now running, people are just crying all over. Come out and go out. This is true. When people are looking for just a little money that you go and take care of your family, you cannot get it. Fuel, we have cars, you cannot even buy fuel and put in your car to move and take the little children to the school. Let me tell you, our children and our grandchildren will go out responsible.
True.
As such,
please go ahead.
I think he's listening to himself.
thank you very much.
All right, thank you. All right, we'll have another caller on the line, and please go ahead and make your contributions.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Sorry, I see people are doing a fantastic job there.
Thank you so much.
See, if we want to start talking about Nigeria, we won't finish talking about Nigeria.
Absolutely.
And let me say this, that some of us, including myself, we contributed to what we are facing now, including myself. There is no bad government, there is no bad thing anywhere. It is we. This thing depends on individual. I took it through many things now. Okay, check out, you said, let me start from the person that was spraying money. They said the maximum you can withdraw in a day is 20,000. What that person is paying there is more than 200,000. Where did he get it from? Somebody brought you to, right?
Yeah.
The people that exchange money, new notes at parties, where did they get their money from? Didn't you receive more than 20,000? Is it This corruption needs to start from you and I, not even government. Government are doing their best to make sure all this thing is working fine. Everyone, including myself. Let me take you through this again. Now, we're talking about all this thing, and nobody has ever talked about DSTV. Whereby if you recharge a DSTV on the post, if you don't have a power supply from 1st to 30th, at the end of it,
I think we lost that caller.
So that's the same situation actually.
It's the same situation everywhere.
It's the same situation.
I think it's worse for all decoders. If you subscribe your decoder, they don't care if you watch or not. After 30 days,
so it expires.
I feel like truly we all have a hand in it.
Yeah, you see, that's why we have the security agencies, and the central bank responsibility is to regulate these banks and to protect and defend the naira. That's the I think the responsibility Governor Emefiele forgot. You understand? He capitalized on other powers, but he left the other powers. He looked the other way he has to combine them together. Look, I have to protect this naira and defend it. Nigerians must get this naira. Nigerians must spend their money. Nigerians must get their money. Nigerians must work and get their money. They spend their hard-earned money. That's what he need to do. This bank, he need to sanction them. If they, to me, if the banks are faulty, for now we have not seen he has sanctioned any banks, and we have not seen EFCC, ICPC, MFU has not come out and said that they have caught one bank doing selling the naira or something like that, because they were all deployed to banks, to various banks, to monitor, and we have not had anything up till today. So definitely the scarcity is within the central bank.
All right, thank you so much. All right, with that, we draw the curtain today on the press, reaching you live from the Abuja studios of KAFTAN Television. And that was our conversation with Habib Gajo. And it's been amazing talking to you. Thank you so much for coming on the program.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
So we'll come your way tomorrow. I am Sandra Agon.
I am Al Hassan Olamide. Do enjoy the rest of your day.